Hi and welcome to another Type with me. In today's video I want to talk about clean imports in TypeScript. So one of the examples is import button from components/button, and the import button from and then slash component/button without the dot dot slash dot dot slash dot dot slash and not going towards finding the folder is actually the proper way that we want to like to do this. So what are the advantages? Well, when to use it: when you want to have runtime safe aliases, no bundler hacks, and compatibility with Node, because this one is also a standard that you will find within Node. So we have different kind of ways to do this, right? And so the first one is the step one, relative imports, and then if you go to here, the index, you see that we have relative imports /utl /create.js and so on. So that's the one we know, right? So if you go here, you see that these are the files. If you go to step 2, TypeScript path alias, then you see here that we have something like this, right? Paths, and then we say, hey, this is add slash, and then you go to source /asterisk. And then if we here go towards our index, we can do something like this, right? The add /utils or add /components. And here we have our greetings, and here we have our button. The last one is the Node Subpath imports. Here we have our index.cs, where we have our new syntax, right, that I want to tell you about. And actually it's really much related towards these ones. Here you see that we have our files, right, and of course what we need to do is in the package.json we need to do an import, and then we are seeing this one will map to this one, right? So if you go to the Node.js documentation, you see here Subpath exports, which gives some information about these subpaths. You see here also that you then very easily can import a submodule from certain package, right? And it gives some more info about the extensions in the subpaths as well. But that was the export, right? And that's something that we already know. But then, of course, added in version 14 here, in addition to the export fields, there is a package import field to create private mapping that only applies to import specifiers from within the package itself. Entries in the import field must always start with a dash to ensure they are disambiguous for external package specifiers. So the exports, what we saw before, will easily export it so that others that are using your module will then use it on that way. But of course, if you want to use it internally, you need to use it in this way. So I hope you understand this, but that's a very important one. So in addition to the export, and that's the export one, right? Export and then /index.js, and the ones that we saw right here. If we go up, this one is the subpath exports. When using exports field, custom subpaths can be defined along with the main entry point by treating the main entry point as the dot subpath, but that's just exporting it, right? And that's something else than using the import one that we covered today. And that's this one, right? So we can then say import and then -dep. node dep node native, and then default /dep-polyfill.js, which then let us very easily define this, and then we can do where import -dep does not get the resolution of the external package and instead gets the local file relative to the package in other environments. So then you can indeed very easily use a default one that you have in your project instead of the node one, right? So like the export field, the import field permits mapping to external packages. The resolution rules for the import field or otherwise analogous analogous to the export fields. Alright, so and then you have some kind of sub path patterns that you can use, right? And then you see here these are for the export, this is for the import. Certain patterns that we can use with this that maps expose nested subpaths as its string replacement syntax only. But yeah, I think it has a lot of potential to start using this one into your project itself. I think it's these are nice concepts. So let's see how we can then apply this towards our own projects. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.